Here once again. I decided I was going to finish the video I started last Wednesday about cryptids. Got like 65 of them and I made it to 35 apparently. 36, I guess. Hi, Sa. Welcome. Good to see you. How are you? Thanks for buzzing in. Getting first. Ah, back at you. Ooh, welcome, welcome. Just second. I forgot what this video was called. Let me see. 5+ mythical creature counters, videos, and photos. My top 5S, but my body's blocking it. I like to give credit. All right. I guess I'll just get into it. All right. Glad to hear that. I think I asked you already, but good too. I'm doing pretty good. Hey, lovely, sweet. Good. Thank you. Felt like finishing this video. And, always so low energy and nice videos. I need to start a channel on my Discord for like video recommendations, I think, because I have one for games and suggestions. I think it might be nice to have a video one and people could just tell me to watch basically anything as long as it's on YouTube and appropriate. Like how we watch the peanut video, Sai. Right, let me see. Get into this.
The Livonian Werewolf. Thies of Kaltenbrunn, commonly referred to as the Livonian Werewolf, was an elderly Livonian man who was arrested in 1692 for heresy. At his trial, Thies shocked the judge by openly declaring himself to be a werewolf, claiming that he ventured into hell with other werewolves in order to do battle with the devil and his witches. He claimed that on the nights of St. Lucia's Day, Pentecost and St. John's Day, he and the other werewolves transformed from their human bodies into wolves. Thies explained he had first become a werewolf when he was a beggar on the streets of Sweden, where he met a man who drank a toast to him and gave him the ability to transform into a wolf. He said he could then pass on his ability to transform into a wolf to someone else by toasting them.
I've never heard that kind of lore. I thought to be a werewolf you had to get like bit by them. Clobbered on. Clawed or something like that. Granted, most of my werewolf lore comes from movies.
Breathing into the jug 3 times and proclaiming, "You will become like me." Thies stated that he and the other werewolves wandered around local farms and ripped apart any
Buzzing in, Void.
farm animals they came across, before roasting the meat and devouring it.
Usai 120 streams. Very nice. Damn.
And they all travelled to a place that was located beyond the sea, where they entered into hell. There they met the devil and battled with him and his loyal malevolent witches, beating them with long iron rods and
I see that 35 streams. Nice, Void. You boot my nose. What? I'll allow it since you have a 35. I'll allow the boot.
chasing them like dogs. However, he claimed that he was a hound of God, and he was a werewolf for the good of Christianity, not against it. The judge disagreed and deemed him guilty of trying to turn people away from Christianity, and he was sentenced to be both flogged and banished for life.
My audio's cutting
Bigfoot
out.
sighting in San Gabriel, California, 2020. In 2020, a
Hold on. SD. The heck? Still doing it? Ah, what the heck? I don't know why it's doing that. Is it better if I'm louder or is it this thing? It's better if I'm louder. Maybe I'm being too quiet. I don't know. That better? Okay, I guess I just need to be louder then. Maybe I can move my microphone closer. It is further away. I think I was messing with some stuff on my desk, so maybe that's why. All right. I'll be louder. I can do that. Nice, you fixed it. I fixed it by being louder. All right. New. Wait, hold on. I clicked out of the video.
A hiker in the San Gabriel Wilderness in California pulled out his camera to record the stunning landscape. But as he pans around, he spots something in the trees below and zooms
Thank you, by the way, for letting me know. Bye. I appreciate it.
in. The large creature appears to be about 10 to 15 feet, although strangely it doesn't appear to move. The area is not usually known for Bigfoot sightings. However, in 2018, a woman walking in San Bernardino Mountains, located about 70 miles east of San Gabriel, claims she also spotted a Sasquatch up in a tree. Here she is speaking about her experience.
My daughters were about 10-20 feet behind me, and as I turn around, I'm looking straight, and I see the creature on that tree. So what I do is I continue walking closer to try to tell myself, am I seeing a shadow at tree scrum? At that point, I see his head turn, so I know that I'm not looking at a shadow. And this is where I stop, and this is where everything pretty much happened. This is where my daughter videotaped from your angle.
I swear to God. Mom?
See anything? Where? Supposed to be here? It was in the tree though, right? Is he? I don't see anything. It just looks blurry to me. Terrible quality as usual. Why can't Sasquatch be caught in like 4K? The heck?
Yeah. Yeah.
There. Ayla. Welcome, welcome. Got third. Nice. You're buzzing in. Hey, Stell. Hi. Yeah, our mistakes are in 4K. Why not? I literally almost said that. You read my mind. I literally was gonna be like, I always get caught in 4K. People in my chat are always like doing the little picture emote that I have, the 4K one. All my mistakes are in my VODs and people clip them, so I have to relive them. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. How you doing, by the way, love? I can't remember if I asked you, but asking now. Good, just tired. I feel that. Started working at the casino already, didn't you? Oh, not yet? Oh, okay. Portalize the moments, yeah. The clip you got of me on Elden Ring side, flying off twice.
The Rake Beyond the Pines. The final video we'll be taking a look at was uploaded to TikTok in early summer 2023 by the motocross enthusiast account Motorwens. At first the video starts out with nothing more than the rider taking his dirt bike down a long trail into the heart of the woods. He makes a comment about how the trail goes on forever, but continues descending further into the thick forests. It isn't until after 30 seconds or so of riding does the footage take a wicked turn. After stopping at a break in the trail, the camera turns towards the right, where a small white figure can be seen emerging from behind the shrub. The rider wastes
Heard of searching that doesn't exist? No? Is that a YouTube video? Or is it on YouTube, I mean? I think I'm gonna make a channel in my Discord. Because I might make like Watch It Wednesday a thing. Either every Wednesday or like 1 to 2 Wednesdays every week or month, not week. Only one Wednesday a week. I do know the days of the week, I swear. Anyway, yeah, is that on YouTube? Yes, it's very interesting. Ooh, is it a long video? Doesn't really matter as long as it's not like more than 3 hours. I think the longest one I've watched is 3 hours and it took 5 to get through. I always pause and chat. I'll have to check it out. Searching for a world that doesn't exist. I'll try to remember that. I can come back to the VOD though and check later. Probably I'll have to. I'm gonna be honest. So forgetful. Thanks for the recommendation. Some good ones like what Bob was saying. SCP. Oh yeah, see, I forgot Bob even said that last time. In my defense, I just never remember what he says. It's on purpose.
No time in turning.
You can tell him I said that too. I don't care. But they're really good. I'll have to check it out. At least they're really close to each other, so when I come back to look, I'll be able to see them without having to search. Like mini movies? Oh, okay. Your audio is still kind of cutting out, not as bad as before, but it's still doing it. I don't know what's happening, Blue. I don't know. I didn't change anything. Still the same microphone. In OBS, it shows it flashing when I'm talking, so I don't know what's happening. Hi, Dink. Welcome, welcome. How are you? I honestly have no idea how to fix it either, Blue. Almost like sound suppression is on. Let me look. Whoops. That. Well, glad to hear it. I mean, I do have noise suppression on, but it's always been on and it's never done this before. Yes, I could take it off, but then you'll be able to hear like when I'm clicking on my keyboard louder and when I put my drink down and if I touch the desk or lightly tap the mouse, it'll make a sound. Hey, Juicy. Thanks for lurking. I appreciate you. I don't know. I probably can't fix it now, I'm gonna be honest. Sorry. Probably gonna have to like after stream tweak it. That's how I usually do it. Listen back to the VOD and then mess with it. The first part is about 41 minutes. The second part is about 2 hours. In my opinion, it's worth blah blah blah. In my opinion, it's worth the watch. Okay. Check it out. Invading. Okay.
Around, ready to leave whatever cursed corner of the woods he stumbled into. There's just one problem. The rider's dirt bike won't start. As his breath becomes heavier, the tension ratchets up, as one can feel the white figure getting closer. The rider kicks and kicks until his bike roars to life, and he can head back in the direction he came from. Even if the video is faked, you can hear the fear in his voice when he says that was a sign for him to leave. Take a look.
It just got really quiet really fast.
Oh, Juicy. Why is it? It is cutting out. I can see it in my OBS. Middle of the woods? Who? Oh, this guy on the bike? Yeah, he's dirt biking in the middle of the freaking woods. And he saw some kind of white being of some sort and he's racing away, I guess. If I were him, I'd be way more concerned about like a bear eating me. Is this a death reel? No. No, it's a top 5S, the channel. A compilation of different cryptids. around the world with alleged real footage.
That was my cue to leave.
So what could this white figure be? Obviously the woods are notorious for playing host to bizarre and cryptic creatures. Some believe, including the rider, that he found a skinwalker in between its animal and human form. Others aren't so sure though, and actually think the rider rode right up to a secret hiding spot for a creature called the Rake. The Rake
Fake.
is a chilling
Ugh.
supernatural entity that gained notoriety through internet folklore and creepypasta stories. We talked about it many years ago. Described as a humanoid creature with unsettling pale skin and elongated limbs, the Rake is known for its ability to instill intense fear in those who encounter it. Legends surrounding the Rake often depict it as a nocturnal stalker, silently appearing at the edge of one's vision before
He
vanishing just as
dancing.
mysteriously. Witnesses recount disturbing experiences of
Actually, to be honest, if I looked out like my patio doors and just saw some very pale man standing out there, no clothes on, dancing, I'd probably be very disturbed too. It would be very frightening.
feeling a profound sense of dread and helplessness in the creature's presence. The Rake has become a symbol of terror in online horror communities, with stories and alleged sightings contributing to its enduring legacy as a modern urban legend. The reincarnated werewolf of Ainsbach. In 1685, a wolf began attacking livestock in the Bavarian town of Ainsbach. Before long, the beast moved on to humans and killed several children within a few months. The terrified villager believed this was no ordinary wolf, but rather a werewolf they claimed was the reincarnation of Michael Light, the detested former burgomaster of Ainsbach who had recently passed away. They believed he had escaped eternal death by transforming his spirit into the body of a wolf. The locals were determined to hunt down the wolf to protect their children and free the town from the spirit of the hated burgomaster. They prepared a wolf pit with stone walls about 3 or 4 meters deep and covered with branches. They placed a dead rooster at the bottom of the pit to lure the beast. After
SCP 610, The Flesh That Hates is also a fun watch. Ah, okay. That might be the one Bob mentioned. I don't know. On YouTube. Yeah, okay. It's the one you just said. Oh, okay. Is that just like the full title or one of the episodes anyway? Yeah, there were a few. Yeah, okay. I'll look it up. Sure.
several hours, the wolf fell into the hole and was killed by hunters. However, that was not the end of the story.
Look at this chicken. He's so disturbed. Is he the bait for the probably why.
The animal carcass was paraded through the streets to show the danger was over. But since this was no ordinary wolf, but a werewolf, what they did next was truly grotesque. After skinning the animal, the men severed its muzzle and placed on its head a mask with Light's features. They then dressed it in a wig and a cloak and hung the wolf on a gibbet erected on a nearby hill. The ritual had a double purpose. By depriving the wolf of its fur and replacing it with human clothes, showed Satan that his trick did not work, and that the townspeople could recognize the man concealed in the body of the beast. It also served as the post-execution of the former ruler, who the people
I don't know if she's the second part. Seemed like she enjoyed it, but I'll let her speak for herself as I'm not put words in her mouth. Well, she did say she liked it, so I have to watch it. Maybe next Wednesday.
failed to overthrow in life, and to send a grim warning to the new burgomaster not to make the same mistake as the old one.
What's a burgomaster? Like a old British title or something? Burgle, isn't that like still robbing? A master of robbing things? Like stop people from robbing? I don't know. I asked ChatGPT. You mean?
A mother and child. Time for a more recent sighting. This video footage was recorded by a man going by the name Eddie V, who submitted his finding to the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization in 2021. The actual footage comes from Eddie's cousin, who was kayaking down a stretch of the Cass River in Michigan. In the short clip, a large humanoid figure, seemingly covered in a layer of light brown fur, can be seen carrying what appears to be an infant, which looks very similar to the mother creature. The footage was filmed from a safe distance, and as is the case with many alleged Bigfoot videos, is quite blurry. Still, a figure matching the description of Bigfoot can clearly be seen crossing the river with a baby in its arms. Take a look.
I don't know
The
what that
Beast of
was.
Bladenboro. On the night of December 31st, 1953, just as the residents of the North Carolina town of Bladenboro were preparing to bring in the new year, a local man by the name of Johnny Vorse encountered something truly disturbing. Late at night, Johnny was awoken by a sound around the back of the house and went to go and check on his two dogs. To his shock and dismay, both of his beloved hounds had been killed by an unknown assailant, torn to shreds near their kennels.
What?
A grisly duo of deaths that only a large animal could cause. Across the course of the next few days, the attacks would continue, seemingly made by the same creature. Across the first week of 1954, 6 dogs, a pet rabbit, and even a goat were killed. All of the carcasses were discovered in terrible states. Bones were crushed, flesh was torn, and blood spilled everywhere. What could have caused this? The animal may have been spotted a few days before the first death. In fact, on the 29th of December 1953, a dog was found killed in a similar manner to those that met their end in Bladenboro, and the assailant was seen running away from the attack as it happened. The animal that killed the dog was said to be 5 feet long, jet black and sleek. Other eyewitness reports in Bladenboro would describe it as much smaller with bushy fur, almost like a small bear. In some circumstances, it was even seen with what was presumed to be a baby alongside it. Some reported to hear a noise
Made me blue. Blue.
like a crying baby just before the dogs were killed, presumed to have been produced by the attacking animal, but it was only ever seen in passing glimpses. Most of the witness reports tended to describe the animal as cat-like.
I may have spilled a little Gatorade on myself. That's why I keep looking down. Cold.
In some cases, it was supposedly similar to a bobcat. In others, it was more like a large mountain lion. These reports were inconsistent and did little to help the residents understand what had killed their dogs. The hunt for the animal began on the night of January 3rd, when Roy Force, the chief of police in Bladenboro, took his dog out to search for the attacker. Alarmingly, the dogs refused to follow the scent and acted fearful when Roy tried to encourage them. Over the course of the next few days, over 800 people took to the woods and swamps looking for the animal that had terrorized the town.
God, an ad.
Who were joined by another 800 on January 7th. These hunting parties were unsuccessful. The only potential success of these hunts came from a man named Luther Davis, who on the 13th of January trapped and shot a bobcat. When he contacted the papers, however, he was met with skepticism that an animal of relatively small stature could have inflicted such wounds on the dogs that were killed. To this day, no single species has been narrowed down and named for the attacks. The nature of the wounds and the reported size of the animal would lead many to believe that a bear or mountain lion were responsible, but some have considered coyotes or even pantherine cats, such as leopards and jaguars, that had possibly escaped from private collections or zoos. Others believe it was some kind of mythical creature. It's a strange tale, and one that still needs explaining.
It was probably a bear. Or wolf.
The Yowie
Ooh.
of Jimna. It's not just America that has its fair share of Bigfoot sightings. The Australian term for unknown humanoid creatures with thick fur is Yowie,
Yowie.
and one was sighted not too long ago in
Not to be confused with Yowie.
December 2021 in Jimna, a rural Queensland town. Seamus Fitzgerald and his two friends from work were driving back from their shift when they spotted a humanoid figure slouching over on its hind legs underneath a streetlight. Initially, the friends thought that the creature was a boar or another large animal, but as they got closer, the classic Bigfoot form emerged, and the creature sprinted off human-like on its two hind legs. The three friends were startled and found it very difficult to get to sleep after what they had seen that night. The trio returned to
What
the
the
same
heck?
area for a series of hikes.
Nightbot, bad. Yo, sorry. Sorry, Void. I just started using Nightbot. This is my first time. I don't know why I did that. It's probably a setting I need to fix. My bad. Yeah, it was Nightbot. Wild. Thought you were spamming me. I don't know how to fix it though. I think I can undo that. How do I undo it? I know it's a setting I can fix, but I don't know if I can do it. Try to fix it. Sorry, hold on. Logging into it. Command or what's chat moderation? All right, I fixed it. It shouldn't do it again. The spam filter. Not the first time that's happened to me with the same bot. It's an auto setting. It was already on. Can't undo deleted messages. Okay, sorry. Actually heading to bed. You guys have a good night. Good night, Stell. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. I appreciate it. Dreams.
Over the coming weeks to try and catch a glimpse of the strange creature once again, but to no avail. To this day, they have no idea what they saw. Real or fake? In 2013, three Russian school children claimed to have filmed a
Fixed
yeti in
it.
trees in the Kemerovo region of southern Siberia. The blurred footage taken on one of the boys' mobile phones shows them following giant footprints in the snow. As they get closer to the bushes, they see a figure about 50 meters in front of them. Take a look.
Oh, blurry. I don't see nothing. There. This?
It appeared to notice them as well, and moved sharply before running off. The boys, who appeared shocked, ran in the opposite direction. Experts reviewed the footage and believed it was genuine. However, whether the figure was a yeti or there was a more plausible explanation has never been confirmed.
Get it together and bring it back to me. Hit the players club for about a month or two. Put his hand on it and see what
is
it do.
usually
Get it right, get it tight.
Hi, Uggs. Welcome. I don't see it as spam. People do that a lot. Yeah, I don't see it as spam either. I had left that setting on for more like if someone is, repeating, I don't know, like I've seen people where they'll post like the same phrase over and over and over and over as spam, but I didn't realize it would do it for like emotes. I just turned it off. It's fine. So I've it's always low quality, Sai. Always. Oh, the ad hit. Done gotcha. Am I still cutting out? I hate when it doesn't work right. That happened once before too, and I had to mess with all the settings. It sucks because I have to like record myself off stream OBS multiple times while I tweak different settings until I fix it. How you doing, Unks? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I think I might have said that, but hi.
associated with rural mountainous areas in America. However, there have been several lesser known sightings in the United Kingdom. And in 2021, Bigfoot enthusiasts
Could be better. Oh no. Could be worse, right? I always try to think of it when something terrible happens. Well, it could be worse. I could be on fire, that kind of thing. I'm doing all right. Too bad. I wanted to finish the video I started last Wednesday. I don't know why it took me a second to finish that sentence. There's even a whole setting mode just for emotes. Where? Like in Twitch or in a Nightbot?
Lee Brickley says he found tracks and claw marks that prove an ape-like beast is living in the forests of Britain. He found the prints in Cannock Chase, Staffordshire, a 26 square mile forest that for centuries has been plagued with paranormal activity and supernatural phenomena.
I forget there's an emo only chat. I almost never use that. I think it's a redeem, but I use that in a long time. Forgot it exists.
From child spirits to UFOs and
I don't like using any of those like follower only, sub only chats. Not like everybody to be able to chat anytime.
werewolves, as well as sightings of a Yeti-like creature dating back to the 1800s. Take a look at the photos Lee took of the prints.
Right.
Lee claims they measured a terrifying 41 centimeters from toe to heel, nearly twice the size of an average male footprint, and
They look too perfect though. They're too easy to fake. I never believe these. What is that? Someone twerking? Heck. Boy. Don't be okay. Yeah, I was right. Sub only chat is good against spam bots? I suppose, but fortunately, I don't think I've ever been hit by a spam bot. Not yet, anyway. I used to get those like ones that would come in asking if you want to buy views or whatever, and I would ban those. That's about it.
far too large to be from any animal native to the UK. About a month after spotting the footprints, Lee found huge claw marks on a tree in the same area. He said close by was a mutilated deer that was covered in bite marks and had its throat ripped out.
Ew.
Take a look at the claw marks. Reports of these
Take a picture of the deer too.
sightings seem to have drastically increased in number since the beginning of 2019, with many believing there is some unknown creature roaming the forest of Cannock Chase. Perhaps we'll have to take a trip down and see for ourselves.
Thank you. He didn't even show the picture of the tree. He said, look at the pictures.
War Cemetery Werewolf. In 2009, a supernatural survey revealed 20 werewolf sightings have been reported at Cannock Chase, the famous paranormal hotspot in England. The report was put together by lead paranormal researcher Lionel Fanthorpe, who studied police reports and archives of groups who explored ghostly and unexplained events to collate the sightings. It showed that in 1975, a paranormal group encountered a snarling beast in the woods. It reared up on its
I know that one. That's the Carlton.
hind legs and ran off into the bushes. A similar sighting was reported in 2007 when a West Midlands ghost club had been called in to investigate claims from people who'd seen a werewolf-type creature prowling around the chase. The wolf was seen walking upright in the German War Cemetery on Camp Road. The credible eyewitness accounts came from a local scoutmaster and a postman, who claimed they'd come face to face with the werewolf. At first, they thought it was a large dog, until it raised up on its haunches, revealing its full height.
Sorry, I was trying to mimic the cat. Kind of works, kind of not.
Was over 7 foot. A month after this sighting, a story was printed in a local paper claiming the werewolf could actually be a subterranean Stone Age throwback.
Don't upload your
Oh
videos
god,
to
another
YouTube.
ad.
Upload to Restream, where we will live stream it to YouTube and all your platforms at
Already
once.
use you,
Get ready for
Restream?
That could have lived for centuries in the old mines
Dang.
under Cannock Chase, only surfacing when they needed to eat. This could also explain the disappearance of a number of domestic pets that have gone missing over the years in the area around the war cemetery. As we have mentioned before on this channel, Cannock Chase is a hotspot for all things paranormal, and adding a werewolf into the mix seems quite plausible, seeing as it's considered to be the most haunted location in the UK. Mysterious Idaho footage. This
Bigfoot? Why is he so thick? What the heck?
next piece of footage was captured in Idaho at the end of
I'm sorry I objectified him. That's not very nice.
2021, which was uploaded by YouTube user NVTV. The footage is unusually
Ooh, I like that first one. Is that a bee? Like what I see.
clear, showing a close-up encounter with what appears to be Bigfoot. The uploader of the video has commented on the level of detail captured in the body and fur of the creature in the footage, and the fact that its hulking, monstrous size denotes an animal that simply can't be a man in a suit, in their words. The footage really is striking, as it's unusual to see an alleged Bigfoot so close to the camera. The figure really fills the screen, and you can get a good impression of the beast's size from the width of his body and shoulders.
It only like a 3-second clip though, because it just loops over and over. You guys make it emo only on your own?
The Yucca Man. This video went viral in August of 2016, and it was claimed that the footage was shot in a desert-like wasteland somewhere in Portugal. And the voices that are heard in the clip
They have deserts in Portugal? What the heck? Country's so tiny.
are definitely speaking in Portuguese. It has subsequently been claimed that the video was recorded in the Navajo Nation sometime in 2007. The short piece of footage shows some sort of bizarre creature slowly plodding along through the barren landscape. The unknown beast looks to be very tall and is walking upright on 2 feet with a stooped posture. It has very long arms but looks humanoid in appearance, ambling along until it disappears behind a bush. Take a look.
Caralho, velho. Puta, onde que tá agora, pô? Olha lá, olha lá.
Many explanations as to what the mysterious creature could be have been suggested, including Bigfoot, Yeti, Chupacabra, alien, or some sort of fantastic hybrid of one or more cryptids. Tales of large, hairy, ape-like creatures exist throughout the world. Stories about the Yeti have been around for centuries, and the creature in the video does look similar to the description given of the Yeti and Bigfoot. There have been consistent sightings of these supersized beasts. Evidence of the Yeti has been found in the Himalayas, the inhospitable Asian mountain range that has some of the world's largest peaks. Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, as it is commonly referred to, is said to inhabit the densely forested areas of North America. Neither of these environments is like the terrain seen in the video, but the Joshua Tree National Park in South California, where the Mojave and Colorado deserts meet, is very similar in appearance, and it's there where there have been sightings of another large ape-like animal that has become known as the Yucca Man.
Yoko Man?
Described by one witness, who happened to be a Marine, as being extremely hairy, and at least 12 feet tall, and then by a couple who saw the beast in 1979 and said it was covered in long tan hair and was as large as a refrigerator with arms, hanging down below its knees.
48.
The Freiburg Shrieker. On September 10, 1978, workers at a mine close to the city of Freiburg in the state of Baden-Württemberg, Germany, experienced a very strange event. As they approached the entrance of the mine to start their day's work, they noticed a man they did not recognize. He appeared to be dressed in a dark leather trench coat and seemed to be guarding the mine entrance. As the men got closer, a couple of them walked ahead towards the individual to see what he wanted. However, when they got within a few feet of him, what they thought was a coat flung open and formed a pair of huge outstretched wings attached to a humanoid body. The creature prevented the men from entering the mine, and confronted with the unknown, they didn't try to get past. Instead, the terrified workers stood back and busied themselves with work on the ground in the hope the creature would move away. After waiting for what seemed like hours, the miners felt the ground shake.
Want flowers? Always. Got any violets?
Followed by an explosion deep within the mine. The men rushed to the mine entrance to discover the winged creature was gone, and a huge plume of smoke and flame bellowed from the entrance of the mine. When the smoke and flames died down, and officials were able to examine the mine, it was determined that all 36 miners, should they have been at their designated posts, would have been killed. This has led some investigators to suggest that the Freiburg Shrieker, as he became known, appeared that day to prevent the men from entering the mine, and in the process, saved their lives. The same foreboding theory linked to both the Mothman of Point Pleasant and the Blackbird of Chernobyl, who were also sighted just before disaster struck. Could they be the same entity and an omen to impending doom? A postscript of the story states that 6 months after the incident, most of the miners lost their jobs due to serious mental health disorders. 2 of the workers who did remain employed dedicated their lives to revealing the truth behind what happened that day and sharing their findings with the world. However, both of them have died unusually young and extremely impoverished. To this day, the stories of the Freiburg Shrieker, the Mothman, and the Blackbird of Chernobyl remain shrouded in mystery.
9.
US wildlife experts are baffled by a wolf-like animal that was killed by a Montana farmer. In 2018, a mysterious wolf-like creature was shot dead in the US. It baffled wildlife experts who had no idea what it was. The animal was killed by a farmer after he spotted it, worrying his livestock, in Denton, Montana. Soon theories circulated online, suggesting anything from a young grizzly bear, a coyote,
Right for me.
hybrid, or proof that werewolves exist. Experts confirmed it was a member of the dog family that includes dogs, foxes, coyotes, and wolves, although it didn't have traditional wolf features because its teeth were too short and claws too large, and there was something off about it. To this day, it's still not confirmed, so could it be the elusive werewolf, or just a wolf-dog hybrid bred in captivity and released into the wild?
That one probably. Plus, hasn't it been known like domesticated dogs sometimes will join an actual wolf pack and be integrated in? Entirely possible, like the offspring, something like that. I think so. I think it's. We got hearts. I can do hearts. Look. Like my hearts. New. Something new I can do. Oh, so adorable. Thank you. Thanks for the bits. I appreciate that, Void. I don't know what I did to deserve them, but I will take them. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Ooh, Unks, I like that one. That's cute. Even your eyes have hearts? Yep, they do. Sure do.
What do you think?
50.
Bigfoot caught on camera. Britain is not very well known for Bigfoot sightings, so when a photo started circulating in 2017 that purportedly showed a large, hairy, human-like creature in a forest in Northern Ireland, it made the national newspapers. Maxine Caulfield was walking her dog in an area known as Slievenora in County Antrim, Northern Ireland, when her pet suddenly stopped and seemed to sense something or someone in the forest. The area is known for its eerie feeling ever since a tragic plane crash there in 1942, when a US Air Force B-17 Flying Fortress bomber crashed into a nearby mountain, killing 8 of the 10 people on board. Maxine couldn't see anything, but used her camera phone to take some snaps of the area.
What is it? It looks like a rainbow horse or something. What is it? Formed fish? I don't know. It looks tiny in my OBS. I can tell that's a dinosaur dancing. That I can see.
It wasn't until she got home that she spotted what looked like a creature lurking in the woods. Is that a British Bigfoot, or as some are saying, is a case of pareidolia? And what can actually be seen is
Pareidolia. This looks like this is a tree trunk. Like another tree trunk here. Large tree that broke, so it has like a jagged edge. Like a fish from Subnautica 2. Ooh. Is it? You don't know, Sai? You don't know where you got it from?
tree stumps covered in snow. It's easy to see at first glance that it does look like the familiar stance of the infamous Bigfoot. So what do you think? Did Maxine's dog sense something strange in the woods? And is this photographic evidence of a creature living in the woods? There was another Bigfoot sighting in 2015 by another dog walker in Sussex. Caroline Toms took this image of what she believed was a huge ape-like beast running across a path whilst she was out walking her dog.
Half moon fish? Is that what it is? I was just watching his stream. Probably have a ton of badges. Get more. I need to start watching more streams is what I do. I just need more time, really.
Mike Woolley's encounter.
You say so.
In the December of 1981, hunter Mike Woolley was on the lookout for deer in the Louisiana woods, not too far from the town of Keechee. As he waited in his deer stand, he could hear noises emerging from the bushes. A deer bolted out of the greenery, which Mike claims was acting like it was being chased by a predator. A number of creatures are local to the region that could have been chasing the deer, bears, coyotes and alligators for example. But what Mike saw was completely unexpected.
I don't know why, but seeing this deer made me think of Stars because I finally finished that. I finally finished it. Netflix.
Crashing.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Hi, Hell Knight Slayer. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Levi. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday to you. How you doing? How are y'all? I'm doing pretty good. Trying to finish this spooky video I started last Wednesday. Is that a piece of corn waving at me? What is that? Oh. What is that? It's cute, whatever it is.
Through the undergrowth, a huge human-like figure, 8 feet tall and covered in thick black hair.
The smiley 3D face. Why did I think it was like corn on the cob waving at me? I see it now.
Caught sight of Mike and started towards him. Before doing so, it let out a roar, to which a second creature emerged from the bushes, letting out a series of grunts and whistles. Mike instantly fled, pausing to occasionally see if he was being followed. At first, the creatures actively pursued him, but when he fired a warning shot, the pair seemed to back down. This gave Mike the opportunity to unlock his truck and speed out of the forest as quickly as he could. What did he see that day? The Teke Teke. The Teke Teke is the terrifying tale of a Japanese girl who fell onto a railway line and was cut in two, and whose
Ooh.
vengeful spirit lurks in train stations and urban streets, preying on unsuspecting passers-by. Due to horrific injuries, Teke Teke has no lower body and travels along on her hands carrying a razor-sharp scythe. She is often portrayed
Wait, how is she crawling on her hands and carrying a scythe? In her mouth? Crazy lord.
as having long black hair and claws instead of fingernails that help her drag her mutilated body around. The young woman earned the nickname Teke Teke because that is the sound she makes as she moves along the concrete paths. She is widely believed to be the spirit of a woman named Kashima Raiko. According to legend, at the end of World War II, Kashima worked in an office, and as she walked home one evening, she was assaulted by military personnel who left her badly injured on the railway line. As she struggled to get to safety, she was hit by a train and cut in half. However, she was not instantly killed, and it was so cold that night that her blood vessels contracted and prevented her from bleeding to death. Instead, she writhed around in pain on the track until she was spotted by an attendant, but instead of trying to help her, he covered her in a plastic bag and left her to die a slow, agonizing death.
Heck.
It is said that if you encounter Kashima in a public bathroom, she will ask if you know where her legs are, and if the reply you give is not acceptable to her, she will take revenge and cut your legs off with her scythe. The only
Similar to the legend with the girl that has like her mouth sliced open in Japanese folklore, and if she asks you good, you have to say yes, I think. I think she still slices your face. She just doesn't murder you. I can't remember. Can't wait for the next episode of Marriage Talks in. I can't wait for all the episodes to be out and dubbed. I can't wait for it. Looks good though. Heading to EP Land, but I'll be lurking. Good sleep, Levi. Thanks for lurking. I appreciate it. You buzzing in? Meep. Hey, welcome, welcome, Meep. How are you today? Watching the rest of that spooky video I started last week. Good, glad to hear it. I am doing good as well, thank you. Saki? I think so, Sai. I can't remember. I think so.
only way to appease her spirit is to tell her that her legs are on the Machine Expressway, or say the phrase Kamen Shinemai. These answers will supposedly spare your life. Although if you encounter Teke Teke in the suburbs or in the train station, she will chase you and cut your body in half, mimicking her own horrific death and disfigurement. This is
Why is she murdering everybody though? Like if it was military personnel, why doesn't she go after military personnel? Men.
one to remember if you ever find yourself visiting the
Just because, you know, back then it was only men allowed in the military. That's all I'm saying.
Japanese suburbs or subways.
My God. Oh, I don't need a domain name.
Werewolf remains. Finishing up this list, we'll take a look at the werewolf remains found in Lincolnshire.
Okay.
In the middle 1800s, a young archaeologist who lived in Langrick Fen, not far from Dogdyke, was digging in the peat and discovered some ancient remains. Among them was what looked like a human skeleton with a wolf's head. The man took the remains back to his cottage and placed them on his kitchen table to examine them, but was baffled and eventually concluded that it must
Sounded like remains of a person and put him on his kitchen table. Okay. Gero? That
be some put-together monstrosity, possibly used at a fair to excite the interest of the crowd. That night, however, he found himself very restless and unable to sleep, and thought he heard a noise out in the back garden. He got up tentatively and went to investigate, when suddenly he heard a loud tap on the window. As he looked through the pane, he could see a dark figure looking at him in the form of a human with a wolf's head. As the young man stood frozen with horror, The creature snarled and raised its arms and smashed the glass. The man quickly fled to the kitchen, locking the door and barricading himself in with furniture. He stayed there all night. As the morning light started to stream through, the man decided to venture out of his makeshift barricade and open the door. He could see no sign of the creature. However, the table where he had placed the remains he found the previous day was overturned, and the window shards covered the floor. He quickly gathered up the remains and took them back to where he found them and reburied them. The man was never bothered again by the Wolfman and never dared to revisit his grave. I think it's time to go. In 2015, a mushroom hunter got more than he bargained for whilst foraging in a mushroom forest in northern Illinois. Take a look at this footage he uploaded to his YouTube channel, Tomorrow's Garden.
This one looks like it has a bite out of it. And this one. And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
Think so?
It all seems pretty legit, although someone pointed out at the time it sounded like it came from a movie. We're unsure on this one, although the mushroom hunter did do a follow-up video 6 years later, but this time nothing was heard.
Years later, dang.
Painted rock. Although the term Bigfoot wasn't coined until much later, sightings of large hairy ape men have persisted across North America long before the arrival of European settlers. California is famously a Bigfoot hotspot, and the native Yokot people have their own stories to tell about the mysterious cryptid. Petroglyphs at a site known as Painted Rock on the Tule River Reservation seem to depict several towering, hairy humanoid figures.
Maybe they were drawing Vikings.
The native people referred to the largest of the figures as Hairy Man, and are estimated to have been carved over 500 years ago. When European settlers did begin to colonize North America in the 16th century, Spanish explorers would tell tales of dark watchers, tall, hairy figures that would loom from the trees in the night, silently watching their campsites. The Bigfoot legend is one that has persisted for many, many years. Terrifying werewolf caught on camera. This next clip is fairly recent. It was uploaded to TikTok by user Bigfoot Anonymous and seems to show a mysterious figure running across a back garden. We don't know a whole lot about it, but the large entity appears to have shaggy hair and runs on all fours. Take a look.
Why you bonk me? What the heck? Welcome, welcome. The love bonk? Okay. I accept it then. I'm gonna say, what did I do? Say something? I wasn't even saying anything, actually. How are you? Welcome, welcome. That literally just looks like a guy running on all fours. Not even that fast. Doing okay, Lil? That's fine. I'm watching spooky videos, so work out good.
Commenters have said it looks like some sort of canine, and many believe it's either a werewolf or Bigfoot. It is not known where the video was captured, and we'll leave it up to you to decide what you think it is.
I thought the whole point of Bigfoot was that he walks on 2 feet, on all fours. Like Spoopy? Yep. A little. That a little.
Jonestown, Pennsylvania print. Throughout the years, the state of Pennsylvania has had a slew of intriguing Sasquatch encounters, with the first dating back to 1858, when there was a series of wild man sightings that put fear into the locals. Described as a hairy man that walked upright, the creature terrorized livestock and residents alike. However, perhaps the most convincing evidence that there was an unknown creature in the area occurred in August 1980. when locals in the Conemaugh Township area of Johnstown, Pennsylvania, discovered a massive print in the mud that appeared to belong to somebody or something's right foot. It had
This looks, and I don't really believe in these kind of like footprint. Oh, but or ape-like toes are spread out more. It looks more like orangutan foot. Oh, okay, let me stretch. Okay, I'm stretched. Okay, you sigh. Put on a stick. Oh no, the ads. $39 seconds left in the ads. That's not too bad, I don't think.
had 6 toes and must have had a giant stride, as the second imprint of the left foot was found 8 feet away from the right.
8 feet. I'm not sure how to answer that, Liv. Did I not? That fair enough. I don't know. Welcome back, simply. Back, well. Ads.
The print was found close to someone's home.
I promise I wasn't actively looking. I got ADHD. It's alright. I think most people have commented on it at one point or another so far. In my defense, it's pretty much the same as my 3D model. It's just uh more bouncy. So otherwise the size is pretty much the same. And make you feel uncomfortable. It's okay. All right.
And was said to measure over 17 inches.
No, don't catch me in 4K.
Reports of a repugnant odor in the area were also reported, as well as bizarre noises like nothing they had heard before. The incident made the newspapers, and to this day has neither been solved or debunked. The Werewolf of Bedburg. In October 1589, a baying crowd gathered in the German city of Bedburg. They were there to witness the execution of Peter Stump, a 50-year-old farmer who confessed to making a pact with the devil to gain the ability to turn into a werewolf. Stump had committed multiple murders and cannibalism. He killed 13 children, including his own son, and 3
Cryptids? Me too. I love learning about him. Did it just say he took out his own child as well as others? Heck. Oh my god. Hydrate? Okay. Love. Thank you for caring about my hydration level. That I'm gonna drink. It's probably gonna look dumb, but I'll I didn't realize like that I fill my cheeks with liquid before I swallow, and I look like a chipmunk. Apparently, I don't think my state has a cryptid. No, a while back, not on stream, but just because I like to watch this kind of stuff. I know there was one I watched that had cryptids from every state, and it was like all 50 states. Really long video. Maybe I'll watch that one sometime. That could be fun. Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure there's a cryptid in every single state. have to look it up. Or I'll see if I could find that video maybe. I think it was like a two-part video. Now I gotta Google. Yeah, Google it. I swear there's one in every state. Some of them were lamer than others, like kind of a stretch, you know.
adults, and allegedly after killing his son, he ate his brain.
Ew.
Stump claimed he transformed into a wolf by wearing a wolfskin belt, given to him by the devil. By removing the belt, he could return back to his human form. After the murders and livestock deaths, villagers formed patrols to hunt down the perpetrator, and Stump was spotted in his wolf form and chased. It's claimed when they caught up with him, he removed his magic belt and reverted.
Posture check? Okay. Yep. Okay. Posture has been checked. Wait, Hunni, is it cryptid? I'm 5'3", not 3'5". Really be your own mod. Rhinelander Hodag, a spiky originating from Norwood's lumberjack folk. What? That actually sounds pretty cool, Liv. Got kind of a cool one. What the? I used to say cheese a lot. Slowly moving up the alphabet, I guess. Actually makes sense for Wisconsin. Why? The lumberjack thing? That why? I'm just guessing. I thought Wisconsin was known for cheese. I don't know. I don't know much about Wisconsin. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Back to human in full view of his pursuers. However, once the mob confirmed who he really was, he was arrested. Stump confessed to the crimes, although he was likely under great duress to do so. He was later condemned to death.
Boobies.
His execution was
That. These cows and alcohol. Oh my god. Other prominent Wisconsin cryptids include the Beast of Bray Road, werewolf-like creature near Elkhorn, Wisconsin man bat. You have 3 different ones? Wow. Oh, yeah. Mexico, we got El Charro. Oh, what's El Charro? I thought it was Chupacabra. Is that not Mexico?
brutal. He was strapped to a wheel and skinned alive. His bones were broken. He was decapitated, and then his body was.
Oh yeah. Rona. True. My mom used to tell me she was gonna come get me when I was bad. And also the kukui gonna get me. If I climbed, there was a big like hedge bush that my mom didn't want me going into because she thought there were ticks or whatever in there. Tell me the El Kukui lives there. It worked for the most part. Not wrong. Lesser known ones are more scary, are they? What lesser one known? Blah blah. I can't talk. What lesser known ones do you know about Simp? That's what I was trying to say and could not form the. I would have chased after. You're brave, Liv. Not I. The first hint of danger, I am gone. Dottle? Oh, okay. What? Hogchild? That word's Wahoo? I'm saying that. Hogman is cryptid reported in the remote forested area. It is described as a bipedal figure possessing face characteristic of wild boar, while rooted in endemic cryptozoology, treated as a cryptid similar to other North American wild man or human. That's ours. That's yours, Unks. Is it a child though? Because it says hog child and then it says hog man. Was it a hog child and now he's matured into a hog man? I just don't mind risking my life. I do. I don't risk my life. A prissy little princess likes the AC inside my house. You're about here? You must have a bunch there, side. A horse riding ghost that steals stuff, is whistling. The scary part is you're only safe if the whistle's by. If it's far away, it's too late. What? Have many who are legendary water guardian shapeshifters. Ancient traditions, creatures can shift their form from small geckos into massive dragons. They're primarily associated with the protection of pools, streams, and ponds because they possess supernatural control over the water. They're highly revered. They're said to be able to whip up violent waves. Sure, I'm saying that name wrong, but I'm trying. Or I'm trying. Those are cool. But that one sounds like it's not scary. Like it's a good thing as long as you don't make it mad.
He was burned at the stake. As a warning to everyone, his head was later impaled on a post in the center of the village.
Of course it was.
The Mammoth Cave Incident. This story comes out of Mammoth Cave in Kentucky, where two university students.
House has lots of geckos, like lizards. Bottle also carries a sack of bones and blood. Why? Sack people with it? Like what the? Affect the water? Yeah, Liv. Water is life.
Brad Ginn and Madeline Durand were woken up from their camping trip to
Yeah.
the area by
He just does. He just carries it because it makes him, kind of badass. Get it? I get that. Water baby? We all float in amniotic fluid. Come from the water. We return to the water. Oh, you mean your sign. Okay. That makes sense. Is Cancer a crab?
loud voices and the firing of guns. A man
Air
had run into
water.
the cave, his son in tow, brandishing a loaded gun, and was firing into the darkness at what he claimed was Bigfoot. As the man ran in, the students heard him shouting, "Oh my God, did you see that? There it is." The couple ran out to the cave to confront the man, who explained to them that he had seen a large, hairy humanoid enter the cave near to where the couple was sleeping. What happened next is unclear, but police attended the incident at the cave at around 2 a.m. and no injuries were reported. But a spokesperson reiterated the fact that no weapons are allowed in the area.
Nothing actually happened.
Jacob's Bigfoot. We featured this one before, but it's so strange we thought we'd feature it again for those who haven't seen it. In 2007, Bigfoot enthusiasts went wild when Rick Jacobs captured 2 images of what people believe is a young Bigfoot roaming the Allegheny National Forest in northwest Pennsylvania.
By far the most scariest cryptid we got are the night. Though classified as spirits or ghosts rather than biological cryptids, night marchers are a prominent part of island lore. They're the phantoms of ancient paths and battlefields. Carry torches. Legend warns that looking them in the eye will force you to walk with them. A relative. What? So they just like kidnap you? Unless they've previously kidnapped one of your relatives? Thanks, Blue. I like this one. This might be my favorite one. This and maybe the cat. I don't know.
Rick was using a Bushnell trial camera attached to a tree to track deer in the woods, ready for the fall deer hunt. However, when he looked through the footage, he noticed something unusual. At first, you can see bear cubs walking past the camera, and one appears to be sniffing the deer bait and mineral block put down by Rick. Then, shortly after, the unidentified animal can be seen walking past in 2 shots. The camera has around a 30-second delay per photo, so the camera only managed to take 2 photographs of the creature. It's believed by many to be nothing more than a bear with a skin disease, whilst others believe it is some sort of primate and very unlikely to be a bear, even though there is no primates roaming the woods in northwest Pennsylvania. The other explanation is it's a juvenile Bigfoot. a
Getting
recent
close to the
Bigfoot
end.
audio recording. This video was published by NVTV Bigfoot just a few weeks ago in June of 2022.
That's true, Liv. That's always a possibility pretty much anywhere, especially the camera was left unattended in the hours, and this is what was caught on video.
The user claims that they left their camera running unattended in the woods of Georgia to see what they would capture, and this is what they heard. It's a relatively long clip, but the sounds of rustling foliage and the occasional whoop or screech can be heard behind.
If it's just they were just saying it was just the audio. The camera didn't catch it on the, like, didn't film it. It just caught the audio of whatever this supposed cryptid is. Yeah.
In the tree line. The Ukrainian Yeti. This next footage was filmed in a remote forest in Ukraine, believed to be in Yalta, on the Crimean Peninsula, and it supposedly shows the elusive Yeti walking through the forest. Similar to Bigfoot, the Yeti is an ape-like creature, but unlike its western counterpart Bigfoot, is more likely to inhabit the colder regions of the world. Sometimes referred to as the abominable snowman, it has been spotted in the Himalayas, Russia, northern India, and Ukraine. Over the years, many disputed sightings, video.
Want to be a Yeti? Like, if you could be any cryptid? I don't know what I would want to be. Be like a siren. Could just sing people to their doom. Might be fun. Chill in the snow without getting too cold. I guess I chose an evil one. Well,
Recordings and photographs have been shown to try and prove the existence of the bipedal creature. This footage is over 10 years old and shows a terrified Ukrainian man filming the beast from behind a tree.
I'm just saying it would be cool to be a siren. Oh, that might be fun. If I could be reincarnated as a cryptid. Really know any of ours, and if I look it up, I won't be familiar with any of them. No worries, Sai. He's cool.
Take a look.
Серега, что это? Серега, это мило. Серега. Серега, мило.
The quality's so bad, it literally could just be. Wouldn't mind luring men to their death in game. In game, anything goes. Germany has a scary one. Galavi? The heck is that? Resembles a grotesque centaur where a massive deformed directly onto a horse's back. The entire creature is completely raw red muscle, pulsating yellow or black veins or hair. Ugh. You know what? Actually, simply, that was in this video. This is the second part, but last Wednesday it was in that part. They covered it. They even had like a mock-up of it. Looked gross. Want to be a water dragon like Haku? Wait, I mean from Spirited Away, he's a river dragon. River spirit, I mean. That's who you mean. The Kohaku River. Could pet it? What? Like, did he fall?
The guy filming seems genuinely terrified, and if that is fake acting, it's damn good. So is this a genuine Yeti sighting, or just another prankster dressed in a fursuit?
Can you imagine you wish to be a water dragon and it turns you into a...
The Eagle Webcam. In October of 2016, viewers on the Carbon TV Eagle Cam, a live webcam set up for viewers to observe bald eagles returning to their nests in real time, witnessed something out of the ordinary pass by underneath the nest. 30 meters below, at ground level, in the top right of the screen, a human-like figure passes by below the camera. Dark and featureless, it's likely that this could have been a hoax, but the viewers of the camera seem to think otherwise.
It literally looks like a person, and it looked like they tripped. I feel like Bigfoot probably wouldn't be guardians of lakes. No. Basically, you just want to be a guardian of water.
The Pukwudgie is another creature from American lore that is said to inhabit Freetown State Forest. It is described as a small grey-skinned humanoid with big ears that can be both helpful and spiteful depending on its
I like those wings.
mood. In Wampanoag legend, the Pukwudgie is thought to be a guardian of the forest. Many people have claimed to have had encounters with the creature while hiking or camping, and its footprints have been seen on numerous occasions. Bigfoot on a security camera. This video was uploaded to YouTube by the account Mr. Man on the 12th of February 2022. The uploader has stated in the description that this footage was shot on a security camera, but you can clearly make out the eerie subject standing with its back to the camera in the centre of the screen. A large muscular figure matching the classic description of Bigfoot stands swaying.
Does it? Does it match the classic figure of Bigfoot? I don't think so. It literally looks like a guy in like a snow, walking all stiff, probably because he's got so many layers on. Why are you walking like that? That's what I'm saying. That doesn't look like Bigfoot.
In the nighttime air, before it begins to saunter around the property. It appears incredibly muscular and powerful, much bulkier and bigger than a human.
Know about that. Hey, Rue.
The
Welcome, welcome. How you doing, Rue? Just finishing the spooky video I started last week. Okay.
Hickory Bigfoot sighting. In August 2019, Hickory resident and Bigfoot hunter Doug Teague filmed.
Exactly. It looks like. Yeah. But I thought it just looks like a regular person. Yeah, Bigfoot. There's been so many Bigfoot ones in this list.
What he claims was one of the clearest videos of a North Carolina Bigfoot ever seen. Doug was walking his dog, Crazy Daisy, through woods just outside of the city. He was checking some trail cams when he heard a loud knocking sound in the distance. As he got closer, he spotted an unrecognizable creature on top of a ridge and started to record it. He then followed the huge creature's footprints and took casts of them. Take a look.
He's still up here. Or something's up here. He's moving. He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here. I want to do a quick little video here. Me and Crazy Daisy has followed these tracks. This is the best one of them. I'm going to try to cast it. Stepped on a limb. And it goes. Let's see.
Like, is this how bad the quality is? Original video, or did they add a filter to make it worse? Because it looks so bad. The guy walking in a ghillie suit, probably.
Here's one. Right here. Let's see. So another one. Right here. You can see a little bit where it's meshed. See the toes.
Doug claims as he approached the creature, it started throwing stones at him, not something a bear or any other animal would do. Later, the footprint casts were looked at by an anthropologist, who thought that the prints belonged to a creature around 15 foot tall. Other experts agreed the footprints looked genuine. So what do you think Doug saw? Could it really be a Bigfoot, or just another elaborate hoax?
Wait, it says 60. Oh,
Something's
65
at the
plus.
window. This is an incredibly creepy one. A series of images were published by Scott Yeoman in his Bailey, Colorado home, which appeared to depict a large, hairy, human-like face appearing at his window. Scott heard a series of strange noises from outside his building, and when he went to investigate, this is what he saw. At first he
The
assumed the
heck?
figure was a bear, but when he caught a glimpse of its face, he knew that couldn't be the case. Scott ran for his gun in case
If these could have a pretty reasonable explanation. I would say like 95% of these have a reasonable explanation, and like 5% probably also have a reasonable explanation that's hard to come up with. Wonder if there's gonna be one after this? What do you mean, Unks? Oh, like another one after this particular one? Maybe. I'm good. My mouth is just numb because of dental. Ooh. Yo, are you doing okay? Get dental? Well, you got dental work done. How's it going so far? Not bad, not bad. Easy work, watching a video, yapping, my usual. That's literally just a little guy. You think so, Leon? Welcome, welcome, by the way. For you. Dang it. How dare you make me say that? How I remember your name. Very memorable.
the creature tried to break in, but when he had returned to the window, it was nowhere to be seen. What do you think these pictures
You did make me say it. You know I read almost everything. I'm trying to get better about filtering things before I read them, but I don't.
show? And what would you have done if you were in Scott's position?
Oh, that's it. It's over. Oh,
Upload
crud.
your videos to YouTube.
Stop. It's over. I accidentally clicked the next one. My bad. Think you remember that one? What should I watch next? I have to stream a minimum of 2 hours plus. That's just how it goes. So I gotta find something else. A few more days and I'll be free back to my normal name. Oh, because you changed it. I was like, why? What happened? Just have like a urge to change it to that. Leon. Now you gotta live with it for 18 more days. You don't love it? You don't want to keep it forever? All right, what was that video Stell was saying? Hold on. Look it up. There we go. I'm in my room. All right, let me that and then let me look up the SCP. How do I know which one to watch? Videos? What are they? I thought it would be funny. The humor lasted around 2 hours before I realized my mistake. You know what? I applaud you for your commitment to the bit, though. Thought it would be funny. You went for it. I find it funny. Oh, I snoozed the ad. It was about to hit an ad, but I snoozed it. Still got a poster. Hey, daddy. No, you don't need to post that sound clip. Don't. Tries Twitch passed it as a name. There were order to these? Because it looks like there's a lot of them. We're only about half an hour. We're decrypted? Okay. Guess let's watch one since Sal recommended it. And Void too, actually, I think. The one Void said though. Sal just said SCP. They posted by a channel by the Volt. There's a playlist or something. All good, just waiting for it to wear off so I can eat. Oh, poor Rue. Must not be too bad then if their dentist is letting you eat. Called a banana. Heck is that, Sai? Cryptid There's so many videos. I clicked on the playlist. I'm just gonna click one at random and we're gonna that. We could watch Vampire. I love their lore. The Vampire. Morning, Necro. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Find a video. Get stuck here. Oh, it's an ad. You guys don't want to see that. I think I muted it. Oh God, what did I do? I accidentally clicked out. My bad. That big. All right. Gonna go take care of something. You just got here. What the heck, Necro? Okay. Fine. You can BRB, but you better be for a world that doesn't exist. I didn't see that one in the list. There's like 357 videos void by this place or this channel, not place. Osway, more of the cryptid of the Philippines that I heard of. Umbrella term for a variety of shape-shifting ghouls, vampires, and witches, traditionally believed to hide in plain sight as a Asawang is said to night to hunt sharp claws and a tubular tongue. Feed on the flesh and organs. Ooh. Ananagal. In the daytime, it's a normal person, but at night, it grows bat-like wings, attaches its upper off its lower half, feeding on pregnant women. What the? That's extra evil. Ugh. Creepy one die. All right, we're gonna watch this. It's only a half hour. Well, 23 minutes, but we'll see how long it takes me to get through it. It's SCP-6448, not deer. Need to kill, sorta? What? Good or not. Minecraft AR? What?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-6448. Containment Class Keter, Disruption Class Kennick, and Risk Class Warning. Special Containment Procedures. Containment of SCP-6448 should be focused on investigation of deer exhibiting anomalous traits within and around the Appalachian area. All civilian sightings of SCP-6448 should be attended to by Mobile Task Force Gamma-4, Green Stags. Possible deaths resulting from SCP-6448 should be attributed to hiking accidents, and sightings are to be blamed upon.
Put salt on the bottom half when sunrise arrives. They turn back, but attach as they can't reattach as they die. Ooh. What you have? Yeah, I have hands. Want to see them again? I got hands. I've always had hands. You didn't know that? They're just, I'm gaming most of the time, so they're on the keyboard. I'm talking to Ruin YouTube, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know. I can see her messages. I swear I'm not talking to an imaginary person. All right, let's go back to this evil deer, I guess. I don't know. Keyboard or controller depends on the game. Preferably my Xbox controller, but games require the keyboard. Some games require it.
The subject was instructed to investigate the disturbance themselves and keep services updated on the situation. The victim then begins to walk into the woodland, getting about 50 meters into the underbrush before inexplicably stopping. They claim there to be a noticeably large deer standing in the way of the path. She begins to walk closer, though states it does not move. Subject diverts from the path and begins walking in a different direction. After 30 minutes, no source of the voice is determined. The caller returns to their residence.
Deer reminds me of 99 Nights in the Forest on Roblox. Believe you, I'll distract her. Grab the rock. What rock? I don't have a rock. Basically unnatural animals, people, or objects. Supernatural things. Anomalies.
Date 13/06/2002. Details: victim, age 28, male, calls 911 regarding a home break-in. The caller notes numerous items to be missing from their residence and requests an investigation. Operators dispatch 2 investigators to visit the home and discern a potential perpetrator. The pair note that based on earlier CCTV images, all cutlery, sharp objects, firearms, light bulbs, and a single copy of the novel, The Day After Roswell, are missing. Also noted is that there is a complete lack of any fingerprints at the scene, with no doors or windows having been broken into. Analysis of the home's CCTV footage revealed there to be a 2-hour period of missing film, with the exception of a single frame containing a service nippon on its hind legs reaching towards the camera. Its frontal hooves have been warped to resemble fingers. No footage of the entity exiting the home was discovered.
Awaken
gosh,
to a
dang it,
world of
ad.
wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
Date 19/11/2005. Details: a cattle farmer aged 54.
You gotta choose rock, paper, or scissors and type it after RPS. Who are you talking to? You said you didn't know. What? Pearson kills. I actually typed the word out. I'm sorry. Though it uses emojis, I'd accept that. Like bot be like that. Fussy.
Male, reported to local authorities the sudden disappearance of over 30% of his largest herd. Response teams searched the nearby area for 4 hours, though found no trace of the cattle. The victim was recommended to set up trail cams and note any unusual activity overnight. At 01:11 a.m., 2 SCP-6448 are seen walking through the field before fleeing. One places an object into the ground, later discovered to be a single fork. A week after this discovery, 200 discarded bovine hooves appear at the location. Date 04/03/2009. Details: victim, age unknown, gender unknown, dials 911 to request assistance from animal services. The victim is stood within a forest in front of a service elephant, which is violently contorting. The animal is repeatedly ramming itself into a tree, covered in blood and viscera.
Ew.
The victim begins to state, "You'd better get a vet or something, I don't think it's well," before a piercing screech is heard and the line falls silent. Recovered footage depicts the aforementioned animal squirming, seemingly in pain. A viscous churning is audible as a black mass erupts out of the instance, and the video turns to static. Date 11/10/2012. Details: victim, aged 23, male, is a junior wildlife officer at Cherokee National Forest, Tennessee.
Is just telling us about it, or is it actually going to show us a video at some point? Right now, it's just a whole lot of this narrator guy. Is that how it usually is? First, and then it takes us to the video where it actually shows.
They radio their supervisor in early evening regarding a herd of Otocoineus virginianus within the reserve. Supposedly, there is a single animal that, upon first glance, appears average. though possesses divergent attributes including backward joints, an enlarged abdomen, and forward-facing.
Is that how they all are? I didn't know that. I thought it was like found footage or something. I have to look up a cryptid video instead. Or a ghost video or something.
Eyes. Upon stating this, a distant whistle is audible and the victim stumbles slightly. They begin to say, "What the hell? Did it just whistle at me?" before the sound of hooves rapidly getting closer is heard. Notably, the hoof steps did not sound to be in the traditional gallop of a servant. Date 12/10/2012. Details. The aforementioned victim's supervisor calls the authorities following the victim's absence from the reserve night shift. Following this, their radio begins to crackle. The victim's voice can be heard on the other end, and he requests the supervisor's attention. He calls...
Monks, no. No. I was hoping because Bob was yapping so much that he yapped over me, then it wouldn't be used, but I guess. Hey, fate.
Regarding a herd of Odocoileus virginianus within the reserve. They claim there is a single animal that upon first glance appears average, though possesses divergent attributes including backward joints, an enlarged abdomen, and forward-facing eyes. Suspecting the creature to be a rare genetic malformation, the victim requests their supervisor to come to the location. The supervisor questions the victim about what happened the night previous. There is no reply. Upon the supervisor's and law enforcement's arrival at the site, a herd of approximately 80 Odocoileus virginianus was present. A single entity is in the field's center and appeared to be standing separately from the rest of the group. It flees the scene upon realizing the law enforcement's presence. Where it formerly stood laid a park ranger's standard two-way radio.
Alright, I'm gonna find something else. There's nothing wrong with these, they're just not for me. Because I need to talk, and I feel like as I'm talking over the narrator, and you guys can't hear the story. You know what I mean? Up what I'm putting down. That makes sense. Oh god, I clicked subscription. Try an animated. I can at some point. I watched already. The ones I like to do because they're long. Are these all ad breaks? Oh no, okay. I was like, oh my god, I thought those were ad breaks.
Possession.
Want something super scary? Well, let's buckle up. Let's try this one. 50 plus scary videos just for you. Oh, an ad's about to hit. I apologize. I snoozed ads 3 times already. I can't snooze anymore. Stick with me through the ads. I appreciate you, though. I swear. How about searching for a world that doesn't exist? Is that like an animated one, or is that like the text one? Yeah. Hey, Maticus. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm watching some more spooky videos. I finished the cryptid video and ran out of, like, well, I ran out of it. It was over. So now I'm watching 50 plus scary videos on Top 5S.
In scenes similar to those in the 1981 film Possession, in which Isabella Adjani becomes possessed in a subway, 2 friends in San Francisco got the shock of their lives whilst filming in the Mooney subway. As they walk along the platform and approached a yellow dumpster, they heard strange sounds and spotted blood and debris strewn along the platform. Take a look. It's believed the footage was taken in June 2011. The possessed woman had allegedly just split up with her boyfriend, and he had assaulted her in the subway after chasing her down there. He then hit her in the neck with a glass bottle and used the broken glass to cut at her body before pushing her behind the dumpster. The possession supposedly happened after the guy had fled the scene and the two friends turned up with their camera. After the filming stopped, the woman ran away, hit her head on the wall of the elevator and passed out. The boys then called an ambulance. People are putting this down to a demonic possession or a case of mental illness. Either way, it's very sad. We're not sure what it is about subways, but a similar thing happened in 2014.
Oh, the ad break just hit right as I was gonna say. Wow. After.
When a video emerged from Canada that appeared to show a woman becoming possessed and launching a crazed attack on a fellow passenger. Take a look.
The heck? Just punched him. Why is nobody fighting
That piece
back?
of footage was caught on an Edmonton Transit System train, and later transit police intervened and both individuals were removed from the train and issued violation tickets for fighting in public. The question is, was she possessed by something evil or just angry about something? Both videos have been up for discussion since they emerged, with some believing they are both fake, with the first possibly being a realistic student short film. Others believe that either one or both girls had taken drugs. Possibly the highly addictive and dangerous designer drug Flakka, also referred to as the zombie drug, which causes bizarre behavior that includes losing inhibitions, gaining superhuman strength, and engaging in violent acts. Then there are those who believe the two girls in the video are possessed by the devil. What do you think is going on in these videos?
Yeah, that's a mental illness. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Maticus, I was gonna answer you, but then the ads hit. I have not seen the SCP video. I was literally, you missed it. I was just a second ago, or not a second, but a few minutes ago, I was looking up videos and I started one, but it was all like text. It wasn't like a live action video found footage. I don't even know what I'm thinking. But are they all like that? That one like that? The one you recommended last time? But I didn't see one I liked, so I came to my bread and butter over here. Top 5S spooky videos. First one was Death Possessed, you think so? I thought maybe she just lost it after her boyfriend broke up with her and then went all crazy. Snaps fingers. No, mine is a short live action film. That's what I want to see. Glad I got hit by a cheeseburger. Well, thanks for following, Leon. Make sure when you change your name, you let me know, because I'll have no idea who you are. Tell me you were Leon. You don't have to say the whole name next time. Oh, God. Okay, I'll hydrate. What was the name of it again, Maticus? I'm gonna make, I don't know if you're in my Discord, I'm gonna make a channel on my Discord for video recommendations. Because I need some. And I'm very forgetful. I forget to come back and check the VODs and stuff. Got you, it's SCP Black Marine Ulta. Okay. Try my best to remember that and to remember to come back and check this. I'll try to do like watch it Wednesdays. I don't know if I'll do it every Wednesday, but at least a couple times at least 1 or 2 times a month of just watching videos people recommend. Watch that link and save it. Hi, what is it, Unks? Pull it up on a Drew. The whole SCP playlist. Sorry, honey, I'm back. Spelled my name wrong. Oh, you fixed it. Okay. I forgive you, Necro. Welcome back. Welcome back. Atticus is talking about? Oh, okay. Hold on, let me click it. Clicking. Clicked it. Start playing. No. I'll leave it. Oh, God. I'll leave it open in a tab. I don't forget to write it down or save it or whatever to the stream. Also, sorry if I'm being a bit pushy about searching for a role that. Nah, it's cool, Void. I don't mind. Void, are you in my Discord? I thought you were. I'm gonna make that channel right after stream. All right, let me put this back on. Written game, right? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video recommendation channel too. That way my games recs separate. All right, I'm gonna shut up now so we can watch this video. Try anyway. Oh, I didn't hydrate. Let me hydrate.
The Scottish Ghost Ferry. Scotland in the UK is a place steeped in history, myths and legends. Perhaps the most famous being the Loch Ness Monster.
Hydrated.
However, this next clip is not a monster, but an apparition that appears to manifest in broad daylight on the banks of a Scottish river. The clip was filmed by a lady who was videoing the river in the hope of filming some otters that had been seen in the area. Take a look and focus on the left-hand side of the screen. The woman didn't notice the anomaly at the time. It was only when she played back the footage. It's worth pointing out that the apparition could be an elusive Scottish fairy, as for many years Scotland has believed in fairies, originally thought to be evil. Fairies have been part of Scottish folklore for centuries. It is said that if you fall asleep in a fairy circle, especially after sunset, you won't live to tell the tale. Fairies are also thought to be responsible for stealing away babies and leaving a changeling in its place. The most vicious of the fairies are Baoban, Sith or vampire fairies, who devour their male victims and rip out their hearts. So was this mysterious figure something supernatural, or just an optical illusion? Whilst we're talking about Scotland, we thought we'd update you with the latest photographic evidence of the Loch Ness Monster. On the weekend of the 26th of August 2023, the biggest search for Nessie in over 50 years took place, in which hundreds of volunteers took part. The event was well publicised in the UK and inspired Chaya Kelly to go along, with a photograph she took on August 13th, 2018, of an unidentified large eel-like creature spinning on the surface of the legendary loch. Chia managed to capture the image before the creature disappeared and never resurfaced. At the time, she did not want to face public ridicule by making the photograph public, but after showing the image to full-time Nessie hunter Steve Feltham,
I already did, Unks.
He was astonished, and
I already downloaded them. Pretty sure. Wanted to try it. Why does it match the low quality? Wow. I don't know. It does though. It's 8-bit, honey. Do I look better this way? Should I just be this way all the time?
she decided to share it. Take a look.
The beauty of these latest photographs that Chia Kelly has taken is that they're here in the bay. There's 15 photographs. It lasts 2 minutes, the sequence of pictures, and there's a clear, focused image in the middle of it that I can't instantly explain.
The creature was about 200 meters from the shore, moving right to left at a steady speed. It was spinning and rolling at times, although Chia never saw a head or neck, and she could not accurately assess its length. The two parts that were visible were less than 2 meters long together. Chia was convinced it was a creature, but whether it was the elusive Loch Ness Monster is still up for debate. However, Nessie enthusiasts believe it is the most exciting Nessie image to surface in years. What do you make of it? And do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster? We took a trip to Loch Ness a few years back, and although we did not see it, we must admit there is a strange atmosphere when standing down by the loch.
The black and white and the bear hug, bro. Dang. Just threw that right in my head. Boo to you too. Are you trying to scare me? Didn't work. Nice try though. Dick.
The possession of Maurice Theriault. Maurice Theriault was the eldest of 15 children in a French-Canadian family.
15? What the? Meow meow. Yeah, I'm a kitty now.
He had a tough life growing up in rural Maine, where he was abused by his father and taken out of school at an early age to work long hours on the family farm. As an adult, Maurice moved to Warren, where he farmed vegetables that he sold from his stand. He was known locally as Frenchie, but he was a troubled soul. Events from his childhood had severely affected him. He also realized he had superhuman strength and knowledge of things that he had never been taught. Maurice, who was a devout Roman Catholic, started to believe he had been possessed by the devil. By 1982, his symptoms were amplified when his father murdered his mother and then killed himself, and the church believed that the devil had taken over him. On 2 occasions, exorcisms were performed on Maurice, and he also called upon the world's most famous demonologists, Ed and Lorraine Warren, which resulted in them calling in Worcester Bishop Timothy J. Harrington in 1985 to perform another exorcism. Despite the skeptics, the Warrens always maintained that the possession of Maurice was frighteningly real, describing how Maurice would bleed from his eyes. Here is a terrifying clip from one of his exorcisms. Be warned, this is scary.
Might pass out soon. That's fair. I get it. Videos are very, like, you fall asleep too, you know? If you do pass out, though, thanks for hanging with me. I appreciate you, Liv. Got to go eat by work at 9 a.m. today? Ooh, go eat then. Yeah, goodness. You're gonna be tired. Thanks for hanging with me, Simply. I appreciate it. Good night and a good sleep. Disclaimer, it's scary, honey. I can handle scare. I don't get scared that easy.
The Warrens claimed that during the exorcism, Maurice's head split open and boil eruptions manifested on his skin, with crosses appearing all over his body.
What?
That same year, Maurice was charged with rape for a second time, but the charge was dropped when he confessed and blamed his demons.
Excuse me, the second time? And the charges were dropped because he said demons made him do it? I have no words. Both parts are now on the channel. Okay, cool. Give me what? What? Posts I see people doing? Oh my gosh. Oh, my color's back. That's fricked. Yeah, it is. It's major fricked. It's crazy.
In 1990, journalists Michael Lasalandra and Mark Miranda co-wrote with the Warrens and the Theriolds a book called Satan's Harvest, in which they recall the demonic possession that blighted Maurice's life. It's a very creepy book and will be perfect for the spooky season, so I'll include a link to it in the description below. But things did not end well for Maurice. Things took an even darker twist 7 years after meeting the Warrens, when Maurice's supposed demons drove him to almost repeat the crime of his father. He chased his wife into the street, wounded her, then took his own life by shooting himself with a 12-gauge shotgun. Some say that his tormented soul had finally taken over. Those who knew Maurice weren't surprised, as they felt he was either seriously mentally disturbed or was indeed possessed by the devil himself, as Maurice claimed. Michael Lasalandra went on record to say, "I do not think he was a con man. I think he sincerely believed he was possessed." Michael recalled viewing a videotape of Theriold's exorcism and said, "I saw things that were very hard to explain." His sister disagreed, saying she once saw Maurice put blood under his eyelids and cut crosses into his skin with a nail, and that he spoke a version of French and Pig Latin to make people think he was speaking backwards. She claimed her brother was not possessed, he was an actor obsessed with the occult. Theriold apparently had plenty of reasons to feel guilty and depressed. He pleaded guilty to child rape in 1976 and served 5 years probation. In 1980,
5 years of probation, that's it? Gonna play it.
he was again charged with rape. But the charge was dropped when, like we said, he confessed and blamed his demons. Whatever the reason for Maurice's actions, there is no doubt that he was a disturbed man, and his story and the exorcism footage was featured in the blockbuster horror film The Conjuring.
Sounds like he's mentally ill.
Next up, we have Ghost Girl from the past. In June 2023, ghost hunters Lindsay and Lee Steer visited
I made that channel.
Huscar Pit, near Silkstone, South Yorkshire, where alleged paranormal activity had been experienced in the past. Whilst live streaming in the area, they initially believed that they had not encountered any spirits, but when they watched the footage back, they spotted a strange anomaly. Take a look and keep an eye on the right-hand side above the bridge in the bushes. Tell us what you see.
Something blurry.
They were also sent creepy screenshots from viewers who had spotted what looks like a white floating apparition in front of a tree trunk. It appears to be a young girl. The site they were on has a tragic past, and the bricks you can see are an old day-hole shaft that is...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my mic today. I haven't made any changes, but they were saying at the beginning that I keep cutting out. I don't know if it's a noise suppression, but I haven't changed anything in OBS. Thought it was just me? Nah. They told me to talk louder and that seems to help, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess with my microphone settings tomorrow, I guess. Recording myself a whole bunch of times in OBS as I adjust things and then listening back and see if it gets any better. I don't know what's happening or why that's happening, but you know, I'll figure it out, I'm sure. I don't even remember what I said. Oh, I think I just said thank you, Unks. Putting it in the channel.
Is now a memorial to a tragedy that happened nearly 200 years ago. It all began on the 4th of July 1838, days after Queen Victoria's coronation. 300 foot below ground in a coal pit were around 50 children and 33 coal getters, frantically cutting and moving coal, trying to make up time that they had off for the celebrations. The weather that day was calm and gloriously sunny, but as it progressed, it quickly deteriorated and a vicious thunderstorm set in. As the miners worked their way down the pit, the water began to build up above to dangerous levels, and because of the flooding, the miners were instructed to stay together at the bottom of the pit and wait to be rescued. However, some of the children ignored the instruction, and desperate to save themselves, 40 of them started making their way to Huscar Drift to try and reach the day-hole opening that you can see in the photo. But as they climbed out, water burst through, trapping and drowning 26 of them. The children who died were aged between 7 and 17. After their bodies were recovered, they were laid to rest in 7 graves. 11 girls were buried together in 3, and 15 boys in the...
So sad. 7 to 7. The coal mine? Where's the thing? Did it get you, Leon? That one, it didn't get me this time. It gets me sometimes. I think it's because I was looking in this direction. I saw it visually pop up before I heard the sound, so I like... Wait. Glad it got someone. Unks lives on fear, so thank you for feeding. I don't have to.
The other 4 graves. Could it be that the apparition in the video is the ghost of one of those children who died under tragic circumstances? What do you think?
I think it's a blur.
The Exorcism of Laura. We're finishing up with something so terrifying that we...
Hey there, Holler Wanderer. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm just watching some spooky videos. How are you doing?
We advise you not to think too much about it, otherwise you will not sleep.
Wandering around? That, you know what? That checks out. That makes sense.
This footage is a
Thanks for wandering in here. I appreciate it.
rare and disturbing glimpse into a modern-day exorcism. It was filmed in Argentina in 2015 on a woman named only as Laura. The woman, believed to be 22 at the time, was reportedly a good girl turned evil.
A good girl turned evil. My lord.
After she was possessed by the devil. The perceived symptoms of demonic possession included superhuman strength.
Don't say that, Unks. I'm good. Yeah, I'm lost in the woods, but now I'm lost on Twitch. You know, Twitch can be a scary place to get lost, but you know, you got something cool to watch on like oh, Hunni.
Superhuman knowledge, a different voice speaking through the person, and the inability to control oneself or one's inhibitions. It's unclear which of these symptoms Laura was experiencing, as there is not much information online, but it was believed that she had been freed from the devil by exorcism. Before the exorcism could...
Why specifically good girl? What do you mean? Me? Like, why am I a good girl? Many reasons. Many reasons. Too many to list, I'm afraid. Too many.
begin, locals gathered at the church. In the
Oh, in the video? I don't know. That's just how they describe her, a good girl turned evil. Good job, Nightbot. Good bot. Good.
capital of Buenos Aires, praying for Laura's soul and redemption. The exorcism was performed by Bishop Manuel Acuna, and in the footage, Laura can be seen withering around on the floor and screaming profanities, before being pinned down by church helpers, as Acuna supposedly drives the evil spirits out of her. The footage is disturbing, so viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Just be aware, Unks, I had to recreate my bad girl thing for Nightbot, so it's reset to 0. Because supposedly Stream Elements is might be shutting down, so I moved all my commands over to Nightbot, but it means everything got reset. That's not my fault, so I'm not a bad girl for it, okay? I have no control over.
Take a look.
I mean, I have no control over almost anything. No! Oh. Fine. Fine. Accept it.
He aquí la cruz de Jesús. ¿Dónde está la cruz? He aquí la cruz de Jesús, y sus adversarios.
Here is a translation of what the bishop is saying during the process. The demon exists. He's not an idea. He's not a theory. He's not something abstract. The devil is a personality and therefore has a strategy. We are talking about something terrifying, a fallen angel. The devil is not a metaphor. The devil is something real that Jesus Christ faced. The devil looks for the perdition of the human being, and for this, he will use any possible evil instrument. When the exorcism comes to an end, Laura gives a strangled cry, and then suddenly closes her eyes and falls backwards exhausted, wiping away tears as the priest once again makes the sign of the cross over her body. Bishop Acuna can be heard saying, "Thank God we've recovered a daughter of God." Laura is supposedly finally free. But unfortunately, things do not always go to plan, and an exorcism is not always the answer, and perhaps the most well-documented case of when things go wrong is Annalise and Michael. You've probably heard the story many times before, but we'll give you a brief summary. Annalise was a German woman who underwent 67 Catholic exorcism rites. As a teenager, she had a history of mental illness, and was diagnosed with epileptic psychosis. However, when psychiatric treatment proved ineffective, and Annalise became physically aggressive, self-harmed, drank her own urine, and ate insects.
What? Talking about it. Maybe it's because I was really good, Unks. Have you ever stopped to think that? Maybe I was such a good girl that Sai had to, give me a good girl call out a bunch of times. That's it. Maybe that's what it was. Huh? What do you mean ain't no way? I'm good most of the time. Like 95% of the time I'm good. Behaved. Of course you're a good girl. Thank you, Sai. Don't you ha me.
Her family became convinced she was possessed by a demon. In desperation, they appealed to the Catholic Church for an exorcism.
To the proper links in the Discord. Thank you, Maticus. I'll be sure to check it out. My gosh, Unks.
At first, the request was denied, but eventually in 1975, Bishop Joseph Strangle granted permission for Father Arnold Renz to perform an exorcism according to the ritual Romanium. However, total secrecy was ordered. Renz performed the first session on the 24th of September 1975, and at her request, Annalise's parents stopped consulting doctors and relied solely on the exorcism rites.
Hey, my house is haunted and the ghost came. How is it haunted? What does the ghost do to you? Tell me, I would love to know. Honey, you're such a good girl. Thank you, Void. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
A total of 67 sessions took place over a period of 10 months, each lasting up to 4 hours. Here's some audio clips of some of the exorcisms carried out on Annalise. Despite the German dialogue, the guttural, demonic voice is disturbing, so listen with caution.
In Bezug auf das Ding? Ja. Vor allem wenn
Sadly, unlike Laura, Annalise was not freed from her supposed demons and started refusing food. On the 1st of July 1976, Annalise died in her home. Her cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration caused by self-inflicted starvation. She weighed just 30 kilograms, or 66 pounds, on her death. The aftermath of her horrific death resulted in the state charging priests Ernest Old and Arnold Renz with negligent homicide, along with Annalise's parents. The priests were found guilty and were sentenced to 6 months in jail, reduced to 3 years of probation. However, her parents received no punishment, as it was concluded that they had suffered enough.
Heck. Open the cabinets and push stuff off my TV stand? Dang. Your ghost kind of sounds like a cat.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Dang. I don't like running. Nah. Runs up the power bill by leaving the light on in the fridge. That would actually make me really angry. More than the cabinets being open. So far, he hasn't opened the fridge. Nice. Not.
Several films are based on Annalise's tragic story, including the 2005 film The Exorcism of Emily Rose, the award-winning 2006 film Requiem, and the 2011 film Annalise, The Exorcist Tapes. Today, Annalise's grave in Killenberg.
Those are in video games. That's different because running in video games is just pressing the joystick on my controller. I meant in real life. How many times have I said that if like someone's chasing me or trying to kidnap me, I'll just be like, you know what, forget it, take me. I can't be running away. I don't like to sweat. Nah.
Main in Germany is a pilgrimage site. The Humpty Doo poltergeist. In August 1997, Jim Somerville and her partner
Man, these like tube generated captions are crazy. They never make sense.
Dave Clark moved into a rental property at 19 McMinns Drive in Humpty Doo, a town located near Darwin, in Australia's Northern Territory. Everything was fine until January 1998, when Andrew and Christy Aggis, along with their nearly one-year-old daughter Jasmine, started sharing the property with them. Shortly after they moved in, strange things started happening. Random objects would be flung in the air by an unseen force, and terrifyingly, these objects appeared to be aimed at them. Glass bottles and even knives would fly through the air, and both couples felt like they were under attack. On one occasion, gravel and seashells rained down from the ceiling, and the entity tried to communicate by using scrambled tiles to spell out words like fire, skin, help, car, and Troy. The couples believe that this may be a reference to their good friend, Troy Ballatz, who had died in a fire caused by a car accident just a few miles from the property. Could it be his untimely death was responsible for the rage? Over the course of a few weeks, the activity ramped up, and scratches could be heard from inside the walls, and appliances were destroyed. Things got so bad, the couple called in a local priest.
I'm violet, not purple. To be specific. How dare you? At this point, I'm used to hiding or Violet hiding behind. Wow, Rue. As you should be, though. I got chased by a goose yesterday while fishing. You know, I used to have, when I was growing up, my mom really, I don't know why she wanted them, but we had geese, just two of them, a male and a female. They were the meanest freaking things ever. I did not like them. They were always biting my poor little brother. They didn't really attack me, but they would attack my brother so much. I always had to like intervene. I was like ready to throw hands and feet against those geese. My mom finally took them to like a lake and let them go. These are jerks. You're so angry for no reason. The face of shock? Yeah. Also uploaded your sound clip. Herbs? Why? You're gonna use it everywhere? Ugh. Wait, does that mean it's available for like other people to use too? Is it just out there now? Anybody can use it? You'll probably do that again when we try Species Outlast. Probably Rue. Rue, I was actually thinking of maybe doing Outlast this Saturday. I don't have anything scheduled for Saturday yet. We'll see. I'll see if Blue wants to play. If anybody else wants to. Maybe Cree. I'm not sure. He might be busy. Nah, I'm sure we can find someone else that'll pop in. Yep, I'm gonna update my game and check out this. Hey, Rue. Let me know how it is. Is it everywhere? Yeah. Thanks. Right.
Father Stephen D'Souza.
I accept it. There's nothing I can do now.
Peter experienced the violence when a knife was hurled at him from a kitchen counter, falling at his feet and narrowly missing him.
I hope you used a good picture for it. Did it let you choose the little icon picture? One. Nice shot.
Another priest was called, who blessed the house and sprinkled holy water all around. And on one of his visits, the activity was so overwhelming, he left a crucifix, Bible, and some vials of holy water for the couples to use if they felt threatened. However, this only seemed to anger the poltergeist further, and it flung the crucifix around the house and threw the holy water containers against the wall. The media had also taken an interest in events, and in April 1998, news reporters entered the house with heat.
Hey, Rue. Let me know the hungry live? I'm hungry too. I have a chicken sandwich in the fridge I've been thinking about for like the last 40. warm it up. Probably gonna gobble it up after. Stop thinking about it. You have leftover sushi? Nice. But yet you deserve it. Did daddy come?
Seeking equipment to see for themselves the violent activity in the home. Take a look at what happened.
That's fair, Liv. That's fair.
Brendan was also witness to a particularly violent incident. He was the only person in the house when this happened.
Whoa, what the?
A live bullet ricocheted onto the carpet. In slow motion, it appears to have come from the ceiling, then bounced off the furniture. We taped it from 2 angles.
Whoa, what the?
Once again, no thermal fingerprints on it, nothing that leads you to believe it was thrown by a human.
It's worth pointing out that this was a rental house, and the landlord wasn't too happy about the damage the entity was doing to his property, and believing the tenant to be responsible, he tried to get them evicted. Ultimately, the attempt failed, but the couples moved out anyway, as they couldn't take any more. The landlord tidied up the property and relet it. Since then, there have been no public reports of any further paranormal activity. But perhaps the new tenants are simply dealing with it in their own way. Today, the events at Humpty Doo are regarded as one of the most significant supernatural occupations in Australian history.
Taco Bell. Oh my gosh. I love Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. I don't have them very often. Not as often as I like. Probably for the best. Also, they got really expensive. They used to be cheap. Oh my god. The Taco Bell's not even sponsoring me. What the heck?
Kitchen nightmares. Brad Pryor had been experiencing strange goings-on in his home for months.
They did, right, Liv? Like, I swear, they've gone up so much in price. Crazy.
Things were moving, stuff was ending up on the floor, and doors appeared to open on their own. So he decided to set up a camera in his kitchen to see if he was going mad, or something more sinister was going on. For weeks, nothing untoward happened, until this next footage was captured in July 2016. To start with, you can see Brad leaving the kitchen, and he claims 40 minutes later, this is what happened. Take a look. So is that a poltergeist as Brad claims? It certainly seems like something is going on. The kitchen roll could possibly be explained if a window is open, but the ornaments and the frying pan are harder to fathom. The doors flying open, the chairs falling, and the kitchen utensils flying across the room are all classic poltergeist violence, and that box falling out of the cupboards is off the scale creepy. What do you think? Real or fake?
Fake. Hit in the middle, did it? I didn't see. By the time I looked over, I already had my glass in my hand. Happens to the best of us, Leon? What does? Do I even want to know? Did I just come into? Nope, I'm out. Wow, Vamp. Wow. Welcome anyway, Vamp. Good to see ya. Goes crashing out, probably. Tend to do that sometimes. Buzzing in, Vamp. Gonna go, but y'all have fun with your scary. Hey, boy. Don't have any nightmares. Don't be scared. You're hanging. Everywhere happens all the time. Does it? Does it, Leon? To you? Checks out.
The Ghost in Red. This next anomaly is a bit strange, and certainly out of place for the type of video. It appeared on the YouTube channel Haircut Harry, and was emailed to us by Hector, a Top Fires viewer. Firstly, thanks for the submission, Hector. The channel features unique barbershops around the world, showing customers getting haircuts and shaves. This one was filmed at Sweeney Ted's in...
I should send Hunni a scary video that gave me nightmares and scared to toss out my trash. You should. Vamp, I just made a new channel in Discord for video recommendations. I watch things. You can post it there where I'll look at it. That way I don't forget, because you know how I am. Bit Vamp.
in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and was uploaded on March 27, 2020. The skill of the barber is fascinating, but that is not what we're looking at today. Take a look at
My God, that's so long. Just kept going. For Vamp? The kid from The Grudge, I think, right? Closet. Bro, I thought that was you. Me? Thought I was making that sound? Nah. Was not I. I've never made that sound. Sorry.
the footage, focusing on the window. Did you notice a woman in red walking backwards before disappearing? Just for a bit of context, all the other people in the video captured walking past the window are walking forward and do not disappear at the second pane of glass.
Maybe she was practicing moonwalking.
Take another look.
Okay.
So what's going on here? We checked the comments, but not many people seem to notice. I guess they were fixated on the haircut. So was there a ghost unintentionally captured in this video, or some other explanation? What do you think? Leave us a comment below.
Agree.
The Ghost Girl. Alice Martin had always thought there was something off in the flat that she lived in with her husband Tom and baby son Louis. The TV often turned on by itself, and her son would not settle at night and always ended up sleeping in his parents' bed. In 2020, during lockdown, Alice was scrolling through family snaps when she spotted a strange shadowy guest looming in the background. She knew that the photo had been taken in her son's room and believed the apparition may be the presence that she had felt in the home. Take a good look at this.
Okay, wait, what am I looking at? Family, very nice family. Talking about this, maybe? Why is a little hand up here? What the heck? Why is it turning into a hand? Oh, it just does it at this part. It's like, oh, probably because of the caption. That's that weirded me out, but it's fine. Someone grab my sushi. I wish I could live. If I could, I would. I have hands. I can't. Think really hard about you eating. That helps. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Why does the dad look like he's about to chomp this child's thumb? Oh, look at, they have the same pointy teeth. They have those like little, I forget what they're called, but they're like canine teeth. Cute. Good attempt to get up. You can do it, Liv. I believe in you. You deserve that sushi. Get it. Get it. Enjoy it. Snaggletooth? What? Is that what it's called? Nah. Is that?
Alice believes the strange shadowy figure looked like a little girl with long hair. Her face appeared defined and she was carrying something in her hands. Alice, who is usually skeptical of the paranormal, says she cannot explain the spooky shape, as there was no furniture or items hanging on the door at the time.
The heck filter is she using?
It spooked the entire family so much that they moved to a new flat, and their son now sleeps soundly in his own bedroom. What do you think's going on here?
I don't know. Nothing probably, but I'm glad the son's sleeping better. Oh. I'm not looking. Oh, I can skip. There we go. Sorry you had to see that. I know everybody hates seeing that sort of thing. I apologize.
Our own experience. This is a very special one for you all, as we very rarely talk about personal things on this channel. We wanted to end with an experience that we had after a family member passed away. In 2010, our much-loved great-grandma passed away at age 97. She had been a huge presence in all of our lives, and was such a character.
Do any of you even know what game that was? You guys are too focused. Need to get you an ad blocker? Yeah, somebody said that before. I just have no idea what I'm doing, really. Internet most of the time.
We just thought she would live to at least 100. Christmas was her favourite time of year, and it was Christmas Day that the family last saw her alive. She passed away in the early hours of Boxing Day. However, within days of her passing, the family could...
That's a great question, Maticus. Well, I have two. The one I'm using now is... I think it's Microsoft Edge. I also have Chrome, but I mostly use Edge. Came in pre-installed on my computer. What I miss, Liv? It was an ad for a video game, but it was just a girl walking with her back to us. She was all caked up, you know? Yeah, I got tired of ads on YouTube. I pay for premium. Yeah, I'm too cheap. That vamp. What, Maticus?
feel her presence everywhere. It was as if she wasn't fully gone. We could smell her perfume and sense she was still around. Things got even stranger when photographs started being moved and things randomly fell over or switched off.
Oh?
But
I'm pretty sure that's what I have. I don't even know what it's called. Yeah, it's Microsoft Edge. Like a swirly looking on Chrome. Chrome is my default, actually. I think. But Edge is the one that opens my tabs from when I first set up my computer, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. I do and Chrome. See, it's not just me. Atticus, Liv also uses both. Yeah, there we go.
Perhaps the strangest thing happened to her son, my grandpa. Nearly every day in her later years, he would visit her around 4 p.m. and take her favourite cream cake. After her passing, for about a month, his doorbell would ring at 4 p.m, but when he went to open it, there was never anyone there. The water in their home would also inexplicably turn off at certain times of the day, something that would never usually happen. Another family member had a clown ornament on his mantelpiece that once belonged to my great-grandmother, and he would come home from work and find it turned around facing the wall. Every time it was moved back the next day, it was turned around again. These strange occurrences continued for several weeks until we all felt like she had actually gone. I can confirm that all of this is 100% true. We've heard many stories from people in the past saying similar things after a loved one is gone, and we'd love to know if you've ever experienced anything similar in the comment section below.
After my grandma passed away, I dreamed about her, but that was it. But I didn't think she was coming to see me. I just figured that I dreamed about her, you know. Even that close to her, to be honest. But yeah. Anyway, walk you through it tomorrow. Is there like a website or something I can go to that has the steps? I have to work tomorrow. You didn't get your soup? Hungry? There though. I get like that in the winter when I have my blanket. couch now. And I wait for someone to walk by so I can be like, I look cute. So how to resist the munchies? Fair.
A Ouija board gone wrong. Let's dive straight in with an extremely creepy video uploaded by Mellowbird in 2012. Mellowbird claims that this footage was filmed on Halloween night, where he sat down seemingly on his own with an Ouija board, a device that many use to contact the dead. The video is almost 8 minutes long and is filmed from
Oh, because I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. He got a new game. I did? Talking about Vamp.
3 different camera angles in Mellowbird's haunted home. He sits at the table with the board in front of him and a large wooden cross in front of the camera. He starts by asking the board if there is anyone there, placing a glass on the table that he hopes will be moved by the ghost in question. Initially he receives no response. After altering the question slightly, his electronic doorbell camera set up next to him on the table starts to flash and ring before falling silent. For a while, Mellowbird fumbles around with his cameras before entering the bathroom. He starts to sound much more startled as he notices all of his bathroom products have been thrown from the side of the bath. Then, while he is in the bathroom, the wooden cross that was on top of the initial table is thrown to the left off-screen, seemingly by an unknown force. When Mellowbird re-enters the room, he asks the ghost to do something in the room he is currently in, and he is not disappointed. Almost immediately, the wooden cross catches fire, the entire thing engulfed in flames. He becomes visibly scared at this point and rushes to put it out, then removes the cross from the house before ending the video. Take a look.
Is there anybody here? Okay, can you do something in the room I'm actually in, please? Preferably with the smoke has been lit. Which is automatic. K2, you people number 1 on the cross has moved. Holy shit, that's... I'm not religious, but that's... Ever set fire to anything in my house again, and I'm having you exercise. Scorch mark as well.
Pretty chill and relaxed for his, like, cross catching fire, right? Like, he's pretty chill about it. Very unhurried. Sounds complicated, but I bet it's really simple. Does this button do? What button? Do I have to, like, accept things in blurps? Censored me. Why? Didn't do anything. I've been good. Wow. Fine.
Mellowbird has tons of insane videos of his supposedly haunted house, and this startling footage is pretty creepy. What do you think?
I think it's fake. Fake, especially since that's probably what his YouTube channel is about. Probably how he makes money.
Does this show real poltergeist activity, or even a demon that has been summoned from the Ouija board?
Now I know what it does.
Faking his footage? Let us know below.
Faking it, I just said that. Now I know what that does. Yeah, you do. Pixelates me, it censors me out so you can't see me that well. How it is.
Creepy CCTV. This is a 3-minute long video uploaded to the Ghost subreddit by user WayneBruce11. Wayne claims that nobody in their house could figure out why the TV was on in the morning. Moreover, it was set to a channel that they'd never watched. Supposedly, the user's family had dealt with a suspected ghost for over 15 years, and this is the first evidence they had caught on camera that they believe shows the spirit in action. Take a look.
Facultad de Derecho de la Universidad de Granada a Macari. Violento enfrentamiento entre partidarios.
In the video, the television can be seen flickering on and off, increasing and decreasing in brightness, and even changing channels on its own. For a while, the television seems to settle on the news. So what do you think's going on here? Is this direct evidence of a ghost operating someone's TV?
I can also change the channels in my living room, in my kitchen. As long as I have the remote pointed in general direction, it actually works pretty good. So that's what I think is probably happening. That's what I think. Wish I could believe more. I just generally don't. Most of them.
This would most likely be classed as a poltergeist. Or is this a hoax? What do you think?
I'm really bad about that. He always asks and I answer way before life. Alright, you guys. I finished the other video. I didn't get that far in this one because of all my yapping, but I think I'm gonna call it a night here because I'm hungry and I have to work tomorrow in the morning. Actually, I have to go morning before I work, so be up even earlier than normal. Yay! Anyway, thanks for hanging with me, everybody. I hope you all have a good day and a good night. I hope you stay safe, stay healthy, stay awesome, and hopefully I catch you at my next one, which will be Friday. Aw, sad face I just got here. Sorry, Bam. But thanks for hanging with me, everybody. I appreciate it. Liv, go get that sushi. You need it. You deserve it. Thanks, everybody. I'll catch you later, okay? Bye.